Hi friends, it's Rabbi Jenny Solomon here at Beth Myers Synagogue with a Mincha moment on this election day. So there's a lot of anxiety flowing in and around me and my world and my community. And so if you're feeling anxious, know that of course you're not alone. This is a day in which we are all deeply attuned to what's happening in our country, not to mention in the larger world. And it's natural to feel worry, apprehension, fear, all those things. So I want to say a couple things before I sit here that I hope will be supportive. So the first is that, as I often say, Judaism is a practice of our wholeness. And part of life is moving through fear and worry and anxiety. It's how we were created. It's actually self-protective, and there are reasons why we feel those things. In Judaism, there are actually all different kinds of names to describe different aspects of fear and worry and anxiety. Too many to list here, but just at its most root base level, pachad, sort of immediate fear of consequences, sort of lower fear, and then yirah, a sort of fear, often translated as awe, the fear of being in the presence of something greater or in the presence of an opportunity or a moment that feels big and extraordinary, like the one we're in. In fact, some of us may be feeling some combination of pachad and yirah in this moment. But here's what I want to say about whatever you happen to be feeling. We have these feelings because this is how God created us. This is how we're wired, is to feel. And feelings want to be felt. You're allowed to feel whatever you are feeling. And if you read, for example, the book of Psalms, you'll see every feeling expressed. So, to this extent to which it's possible, we make space for those feelings. A beautiful mindfulness practice, many of you may be familiar, is the practice of rain, R-A-I-N, rain. So that stands for recognize. So I recognize that I'm feeling particularly on edge, worried, uncertain, vulnerable. Allow, instead of pretending that I don't feel this way or distracting myself from these feelings or doing an activity to sublimate these feelings like eating or whatever, something else that's actually not particularly wholesome. I just allow them to be here exactly as they are. I investigate, have some inquiry around what that feeling feels like in your body. Maybe the worry feels like constriction or tightness or aching in your stomach. Wherever you feel the feelings, it's good to be curious and hopefully compassionate. And then finally, the N is for the compassion. It's for nurture. Recognizing what it is you're feeling, allowing it to be there, investigating what that feels like for you in the body, in your experience, and then nurture. Bringing some kindness, some gentleness to your experience. And that is sort of the practice. So I encourage, let the rain fall in the hours ahead, in the days ahead, whatever the outcome is of this election. This is a season of rain. Certainly in the land of Israel, we're now praying for Mashiv Haruach. We'll read Hagasha. We're praying for rain. And we can actually bring this practice of rain into our regular experience. Really, really helpful tool. But I also want to say something about this week's Torah portion, Lech, Lecha. Lecha means literally go to you. It's odd, even in Hebrew, this construction of language. God is commanding Avram to go to this land that God is going to show him, to leave everything behind and to go on a journey. But that journey is not just to a physical destination. Lecha means go to you. It's really a journey of becoming, a journey towards who Abraham is at his essence and what he is here to do. And according to Jewish tradition, God says Lech Lecha to all of us. Each one of us is on a journey to who we are becoming, to our own promised land, to the people that we want to be, and to fulfilling a purpose here in this lifetime. And whatever happens in this election, it's easy to feel like the results change everything, and that it sets in motion sort of many different inevitables of which we then have to sort of succumb. But I want to argue that this week's Torah portion actually reminds us that each one of us has a journey to take. And no matter who is elected up and down the ballot, each one of us has a role to play in the world that we create, in the communities that we build, in the families that we are a part of. So let's not lose sight of each of our own capacities for becoming the people that God wants us to be, and fulfilling our purpose, each one of us in our own unique way. I believe in that, and I believe it's helpful, especially in these big moments, to remember that each one of us still has a role to play, no matter what the outcome is. All right, everyone, deep breaths. I'm with you. Peace. Shalom.